Hey folks, this is an introduction to being able to solve oblique triangles. So the first thing I want to do is just run through with you the kind of data that you need to be able to solve oblique triangles. And for the record, oblique just simply means that it's not a right triangle. So I'm solving triangles that are not right triangles necessarily. We did right triangle solving back in an early chapter, and now we're going to be doing non-right triangle solving. So the first thing, if I know either ASA or AAS, and those letters stand for angles or sides. So in this case, I know angle, side angle, or angle, angle, side. What that means is that I know two of the angles on the triangle and I know one of the sides. That side might be in between the two angles, or that side might not be included in between the two angles. It just depends. In this case, I'm going to have one solution and I'm going to use the law of sines to solve that. Secondly, this is the ambiguous case, and this is where I know two sides and one angle, but that angle is not between the two sides. So like I said, this is called the ambiguous case. There could either be 0 solutions, 1 solution, or 2 solutions. That's why it's called ambiguous. And on this one, we're going to be using, again, the law of sines to solve that. Thirdly, I could know side, angle, side. This is where I know two sides and the angle between. Again, there's only going to be one solution here, and I'm going to use the law of cosines to solve that one. And lastly is when I know side, side, side. This is where I know all three sides of the triangle. There's going to be one solution. There is an exception to that, so I'll talk about that in just a second. But I'm going to be using the law of cosines to solve. The one exception here is just make sure that when you add any of those two sides that you've been given, that the sum is always greater than the third side. So just be sure that that occurs. Otherwise, you don't have a triangle there to solve.